For Shiba Inu, it could be among the wildest days ever. Shiba Inu price exploded, offsetting much of its earlier loss. People are cheering, whales are at last back off. The strange aspect is that there could be something huge going on shortly. This might drive Shiba Inu's price to insane million digits increase. What is occurring here? And what on earth am I even debating? Allow me to clarify, then. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more Shib news, be sure to click the like button. Shiba Inu holders may at last find their day here today. Things are beginning to brighten. Shiba Inu has turned things around after yesterday's really severe drop, when prices suffered a rather significant loss. It not only recovered from that horrible downturn, but even somewhat ascended. Although it's not a significant increase, given the current anarchy, this is a major event for the community. Looking back 1 week, Shiba Inu has been gently but definitely creeping back up, battling its way out of the red. Besides, the losses are becoming smaller, even if it's not quite back to where it was. Things seemed even worse only a few days ago, but right now there is actual indication of recovery, and you sense the change in the society. People are rejoicing, and for the very first time in a long time, investors can really consider their next actions free from continual anxiety over another plunge. That anxiety of things sliding any lower, it is at last beginning to dissipate. Though it's still early, the confidence is returning and might mark the start of something much more significant. And the insane thing is this. Whales are now returning at last. After weeks of hardly moving at all, today they plunged back in, and the whole village is humming. This suggests that Shiba Inu will rebound right about here. Whale activity has soared dramatically. Inflows of over 90% have skyrocketed. That is unmistakable evidence of increasing confidence among major owners. And things often change quickly when the larger players start to act. Should this pace continue, we may find ourselves returning to pre-crash norms sooner rather than later. Shiba Inu are still fighting opposition right now, hovering around a key pricing threshold. For weeks it has been under siege, caught in a period of integration and a declining trend line that continued lowering prices. But a breakout might be just around the horizon if inflows climb and momentum changes. Should it be able to surpass the next significant obstacle, it may set its eyes on even more ambitious aims and cause an even more forceful upward movement. Naturally, nothing is certain. A little drop might yet occur before a complete rebound if Shiba Inu finds it difficult to maintain its footing at important support levels. One of the biggest signs, however, that something major might be just around the corner is whales returning in the game. Historically, a price spike usually follows any time big holdings start gathering. Is this thus the time Shiba Inu at last releases the strain? Should purchasing pressure keep rising, the next days might show a significant change. Although opposition still exists, the current increase in inflows gives the community that the next significant relocation may be just around the bend. The worst part is that the Shiba Inu community is appearing stronger than it has ever done. Just reported today was a big token burn. A jaw-dropping 13 million Shiba Inu were sent directly to a dead wallet in one single action, according to a recent update from ShibaBurn, a website tracking these burns. That's a significant portion of tokens taken out of circulation forever, therefore restricting supply and maybe preparing the ground for next price movement. Here, however, it becomes very fascinating. The stats are astounding. An expert recently calculated out just how much consuming the Shiba Inu community would need to accomplish to have the price ever hit $1. CoinNews started the conversation last year by wondering if Shiba Inu may reach that fantasy price. The toughest difficulty? The sheer count of tokens remaining in use. Should Shiba Inu ever hit $1 with its present supply, its whole worth would be beyond that of the world's economy could support. Almost single token would have to be burnt if it were even to have a chance. Much more than when the man starting Ethereum burnt a lot in 2021. Shiba Inu's large market capitalization notwithstanding would still mean that practically everything must be cut from the circulating supply, making $1 extremely unattainable. Late creator Satoshi Kusama, among others, think a large market valuation is feasible. But reaching that mark is more of fantasy than a realistic target without a significant cut in supplies. Looking back at every aspect, then, you could still be perplexed about what is really occurring. Recent insane pump is the result of who? Well, if you saw our previous video, we discussed the significant attack that targeted Bybit. Charging the exchange billions and upsetting the whole market, it was among the largest losses in modern history. But things are beginning to look somewhat different today. Bybit is at last regaining its Ethereum, and the data indicates some significant purchasing activity. Data from CryptoQuant shows that after the breach, Bybit's Ethereum reserves suffered greatly, falling unexpectedly to low levels. These days, however, they are rising back up. And this turnabout is restoring confidence, even as the trade is still far from completely regaining what was lost. The CEO of Bybit even verified that the hack resulted in a significant loss of their assets. But with these large purchases scheduled for today, it seems obvious they are rebuilding their reserves. And when one exchange begins to move in this direction, it may create ripples throughout the market, something we could just be observing with Shiba Inu's present price behavior. And with all this going on, Ethereum has also showed a quite strong comeback, something one expert recently broke down in an unusual manner. Given the turmoil from yesterday, he underlined that Ethereum is maintaining strong above its crucial support level. It's clear from not crashing to new lows in spite of the large hack how strong it has been. From its bottom point, it has indeed already risen very impressively, and this might be the starting point. Seeing how Ethereum responded to the breach, he is even more certain that 2025 might be the year it really takes off. For Shiba Inu, this is quite enormous. The thrill around Ethereum nowadays is not limited to one region. It's spreading, and if past events guide us, this type of momentum often results in something much more grandy. Should Ethereum continues rising, it may set off a domino effect, starting the much-anticipated altcoin season. And for some who have been holding tightly, this might be the moment they have been waiting for. Shiba Inu did not just rise. The last time digital currencies season struck, it blasted. We are talking about an over 14 million% price spike that is just insane. That type of event transformed ordinary investors become billionaires almost overnight. Those who kept their Shiba Inu during that period saw their portfolios change in ways nobody would have imagined. It was among the largest, most surprising bull runs in cryptocurrency history. And now, with Ethereum establishing headlines once again, we could be looking at the beginning of something as crazy, maybe even more massive. Many behind-the-scenes events occurring now contribute to this conjecture. Reportedly, the Donald Trump government is buying vast amounts of Ethereum, and large investors have been piling on it too. Big money never is random when it begins to move like this. Usually, they are aware of something the typical investor lacks. Huge price swings are driven by this kind of purchasing demand. And should Ethereum soar, as many are predicting, Shiba Inu may be close behind it, surfing the wave just like it did throughout the last cryptocurrency season. And here's the important point. Should this really be the beginning of yet another cryptocurrency season, we are not just discussing little profits. Maybe even beyond what occurred last time, we may witness another run that lifts Shiba Inu's price to heights no one imagined feasible. The market is changing, the circumstances are aligning up, and the buzz is rising. Should this tendency continue, Shiba Inu owners may find themselves in for yet another historic movement that might once again alter lives. On this, however, what do you think? Comment down below. The date is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it and subscribe to the channel.